Hello and a very good evening and welcome to the Hampton League Netball Show. Great to have your company on this Wednesday night and great to be back. Obviously we didn't have a program last Wednesday night, but it's great to be back talking Hampton Netball as I introduce Trish Butters. Trish, a warm welcome to you.
Thanks, Hilly. It is good to be back. I actually didn't really miss last week, but you know.
You're happy with the RDO?
I was happy with an RDO, but I was all ready to go. But anyway, it's good to be back again though.
Absolutely, and we saw a great game last weekend. It was just the sole game, so a round 4 fixture for this one on Good Friday. And I'll tell you what, the crowd up at the Friendly Societies Park was absolutely sensational for both the netball and the football. South Warrnambool taking on Kangaroos in only the second Good Friday game. I think what an important part of the fixture this game and date is now.
Absolutely, and great weather. Like, that brings people out. It was a beautiful day. I went up myself and had a look around, and yeah, massive crowd, as it was the week before, the North and Kangaroos game.
Yep.
That was huge. So everyone's just glad to be back out and about there, I think.
Yeah, I think everyone, even though we had half a season last year, I think everyone's missed it. You know what I mean? I guess, catching up with people and, that physical contest as well that a lot of people have missed, whether it's been on the football ground or the netball court. Everyone's happy to be out there and running around again and being active.
And we've had some great games too, so that's making people come out and have a look.
Absolutely, and we know that the quality of the Hampton League Open Division especially is top notch. So. Yep. Expecting some really good games throughout the course of the year. We might go to the highlights of our game of the day, or our sole game of last weekend on Good Friday. Big crowd up the Friendly Societies Park, and South Warrnambool got the win, 54-32. A strong first quarter, 13-4 at quarter time. Really was, I guess, to set up the great performance by the Roosters.
Yeah, they did very similar to what they did against Cobden in the first round. They came out of the blocks and just pummeled the pressure on. And their defensive pressure all over the court was really what set them up for the win. And then as the game went on, it became an attacker's game. And, South is so good in attack. They were hard to shut down. I haven't seen Kangaroos make so many errors as they did on the weekend. It was not a Kangaroos-like performance at all, and that was due to the pressure that they put on them all over the court. It was a super game. I think, a bit like I said against Cobden, I think they won on every position on the court. And if you do that, you're going to win a game.
A lot of strength across that court, haven't they? Obviously, you've got a great defence, Ali Melbourne and Carly Watson, who were absolutely terrific from all reports. And then your goal shooting circle, Annie Blackburn and Holly Phillips. Now, if that's not one of the great shooting combinations of the league and of what we've seen in years gone by, I'll cry he. And then you've got those youngsters that have got that energy through the mid-court that are able to really, provide those nice feeds into your shooters as well. Yeah,
at this stage they look like the team to beat. Like, as you say, their goal attack, like having Annie, you can't leave her out feeding. But then Holly's so strong in goal shooter. They're trying to double team her, and that's not something you can do lightly because Annie will just feed and shoot around wherever she wants to go. I'm going to say Kylie, that's her mum. Ellie Melbourne played a great game on Mel. Now, to keep Nell to 16 goals, that's very unusual.
Usually you would not see Nell Mitchell shoot anything under 20.
No, absolutely, and 2x in a row now that's happened, so she'll be keen to get back in the shooter circle this week. But just tall, strong, and she's a really nice player, Ellie. And then they brought on little girl Stacey in the last quarter, and she played a nice game there too. So, but as you say, they're mid-court. They are strong through the mid-court. You've got Carly Watson will feed down through there. You've got Annie will be out on the sides if need. But Meg Kelson's playing a great game in the centre. Fit. I was really impressed with Meg this year.
And I guess a position too that, big shoes to fill because obviously we know that Ali O'Connor was that player last year and, we know how good she was, league best and fairest winner. So big shoes to fill for Meg, but from all reports doing really, really nicely.
Absolutely, yeah. She's really fit. She's playing down in Melbourne. She's down at uni, playing down there during the week as well, and looks fit and able to, it's a hard position to play all day. And she's done that each week I've seen her play now. Isabel Ray, she's a great feeder. They've just got that real synergy with their attack in, so they are really dangerous.
Yeah, I like it. What about the Saints? Obviously, looking at their best players, Millie Jennings, Molly McKinnon, Molly McLaren, 3 youngsters,
The M&Ms.
Yeah, they're M&Ms. But they're, they're up against a great side.
Yeah.
I've got absolute confidence that they'll bounce back this week in a strong way. And, they're too good of a side, too proud of a side. And you've got Casey Barling in there as well. They've got some great experience in there with these youngsters. They'll bounce back.
Yeah, and like Millie Jennings did play a lovely game, and she was playing on Isabella Ray, so they had a really good tussle there. But yeah, they're just, Molly tried her best. Molly McKinnon up against the Talls in the goals. Yep. And Molly McLaren, when she came on into goal attack, she gave them something, and you had to work really hard. So. They probably didn't win their positions on the court for the day. Yeah, they were probably the standouts for Croydon.
I think what they would have taken out of the weekend would be a lot of learnings. Obviously, the way the South moves the ball, I guess that defensive pressure they need to apply, because we know how strong their shooting lineup is, but just across the court as well. So, lot to learn, and no doubt Kate will be looking at it the way they can improve and emulate the way South go about it, and then obviously when they meet again they'll be looking.
Well,
to
they tried lots
of
different
closer.
things.
Yeah.
They tried lots of different people, put different people on off the bench. So so it would have been a real. We know what Croydon do. They learn from every game they play, so it'll be a different.
They're still a top three side for mine.
Yep.
Absolutely. Now, one of the superstars or young rising stars that is lining up with the Roosters this year and is playing a great game in wing defence, they tell me, is Marley Bailey. And Marley's been kind enough to join us as our young gun for tonight's program. Marley, thanks for coming on the program and having a chat with us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hey, first and foremost, congratulations. 2 wins from 2 games. Or 3 wins, I should say, from the first 3 games. The Roosters are going quite nicely, buddy.
Yes, they are. We're very proud of what we're doing. We worked really hard in pre-season, so it's definitely benefiting.
Marley, you're playing obviously very well to be starting 7 in such a strong team. You're obviously impressing Will Jamieson. What do you put down to your improvement this year?
I think this year I just have a lot more confidence in myself. It's my 2nd year playing in Open, so I think that's definitely what's helping for this year. So yeah.
It must be nice, playing in that defensive end with names like Carly Watson, Ali Melbourne as well. Like, you just seem like you're working really well together in these first 3 games, Marley.
Yeah, no, I worked with Ali all the way through juniors, and last year having Carly, it definitely helped. She's very encouraging and supporting on and off court. So yeah.
How old are you, Marley? Am I allowed to ask?
Yeah, I'm 18.
Right, so you're just 18, yeah. So, I saw you play down at Cobden, and really, I thought you played really well that game, and really, Cobden struggled to get it into goals, and it was through that defensive pressure across that line there. So that was a really good job. And once again on the weekend, I thought you all won all over the court.
Thank you. Yeah, we're working really hard, so to stop that and blocking their drives and all that.
Hey, Marley, can I ask, has there been much change in the way that you guys are, I guess, preparing and approaching each game? Like, I know Lisa's Battistello still the 2IC, I guess just the roles have reversed with Will and Lisa. Is there much change in the way you guys are going about it, or is there a lot of similarities from last season?
Nothing too different. Obviously they are different and have different perspectives and view different things, but everything's pretty the same. Yeah, we're just trying to keep it nice and simple to prepare for the games.
And Holly Phillips, what a pickup she's been as well. Obviously coming over from the Hamilton Kangaroos. I think Trish was just saying off air, she shot nearly 100 goals within the first 3 weeks. Like, having Annie Blackburn is such a luxury, but then to have someone like Holly Phillips must be unbelievable as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's very handy having Holly, and she's definitely fit in really well with the group. So, yeah.
Can I do my questions?
Yes, well, now you're going to be under the butters pump here, because Trish Marley likes to do a couple of quick passes. So she'll ask you a few little random questions, just a bit about you to, I guess, gauge a bit more about Marley Bailey. So I'll pass over to you, Trish.
Okay, Marley. The first one is, what's your favourite position to play on the court?
That's a tough one. It sort of depends on the day and who I'm matching up against, but I'd have to say it's either out of wing defence or centre, but I'll go with wing defence.
Well, I think that's where you've cemented your spot in the Open, but if you had a chance to play anywhere, sounds like you would like to have a bit of a go at the centre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, who's your hardest opponent so far this year or in the past, perhaps?
That's a bit hard because I'm still sort of learning a lot of the players. But in juniors, Bella Baker was definitely a challenge, someone to play on. So yeah.
Cool. Did you play on Bell for a little while on the weekend?
Yeah, for a quarter.
Yeah, I thought you did. Okay, so aside from all the people at South, who's a person you would love to play alongside in a netball team if you had that choice?
I'd honestly like to say Ali O'Connor because she's not.
Yes, you can say that. What's your favourite thing to do when you're not playing netball?
When it's sunny, I like to go down to the beach.
Cool. Have you had any injuries playing netball?
Not really. I've been pretty good, but last year, the last game against Camperdown, I did my ankle, but didn't do any ligaments, so it's all good.
Well, that's lucky. Netball's not a good sport for ankles and knees and Achilles.
And Achilles. Oh, last year
And
it was
Achilles.
the Achilles year last year.
It was. Who do you think, if it's not going to be South, who will win the premiership? So who's the biggest threat to you guys winning the premiership, do you think? It's a bit hard. I know it's only early.
Yeah, it is a bit early. I would have to say probably Cobden. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And who do you think might win the best and fairest this year?
Honestly, not to go to South again, but I can't help but feel like Carly Watson. She's playing really well.
I think that's who we
Good
picked.
minds think alike, young Marley, because I said the same thing at the start of the year, and she hasn't disappointed yet. She's had 3 good games.
She has. And the last one, what is your proudest accomplishment, Marley?
Probably, I reckon in under 15s I got second best and fairest or something like that.
In the league? Yeah, I think you did.
Not in the league.
Not in yeah.
But I also played in the Zone Academy, so I was pretty happy with that.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, Marley, really appreciate you jumping on tonight and have a chat with us on the Netball Show. Great to catch up with the youngsters. We love catching up with our up-and-coming stars, and from all reports, you're going really nicely at the Roosters, so thanks for jumping on tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Marley.
Marley Bailey from the South Warrnambool Roosters. What a great kid.
Yeah, she's a great kid, and as I said, like, just listening to there, she hasn't come through. Like, often we see the girls playing in the Open have been winning best and fairest all the way through and been good juniors all the way through. Marley's been a good junior, but she hasn't been one of those outstanding names that have come through. I suppose South have got such strong juniors. So it's great to see her in that starting 7. As I said, it's a hard place to be.
And I think having that year last year where she had a taste of it, and obviously, you know, putting the pre-season in hard has certainly paid dividends. And the coaching staff, I know, speak very highly of the way she's gone early in the piece. Now, Trish, I love it when we do this because we are breaking news tonight, which is fantastic. So, a bit of a scoop. So you'll hear it first here on the Hampton Netball Show. Now, I've been a big advocate for this for a long, long time, and I'm glad that the executive have jumped on board. So, for the 2022 season, we are going to have the Open and Division 1 Netball Best and Fairest Awards to be named in honour of 2 long-standing members of the Hampton League community. And I can announce tonight that the Open Netball Best and Fairest Award will be known as the Dot Jenkins Medal, and the Division 1 Netball Best and Fairest Award this year and for years to come will be named the Tracy Baker Medal. So, fantastic work. 2 great people, 2 great netball people. It's exciting.
Absolutely. It's one of the things I've been wanting to do for a few years too, and we've thrown it around lots of times and lots of names have come up, and, you know, how do we pick this, what's going to happen? I think what came home to me was the day down at Cobden when Ellen Darcy's courts were named after her, and I thought, it's really lovely to name things after people while they're still around to be able to receive that honour. So I pushed it a bit harder again at the most recent meeting, and, you know, these names, both those names come up as very worthy people who've been involved in netball and given back to the Hampton Football Netball League over many, many years.
Well, we have got Dot Jenkins on the line. Now, before we cross to Dot, I'm just going to read you a little bit of a CV from Dot Jenkins. So this is Dot. Hampton A-grade player from 1987 and 1995 with Mortlake. Captain coach of the 1992 Mortlake Premiership team. A-grade netball coach of North Warrnambool from 2000 to 2004. Has coached A1 and junior grades at North Warrnambool from 2005 to 2019, including 8 premierships. A Hampton Junior Interleague and Regional States League coach. An A-grade league best and fairest winner in 1991, C-grade badged umpired club umpiring North Warrnambool Eagles, a life member of the North Warrnambool Eagles, a life member of the Hampton Football Netball League, a current Hampton League executive member, and 35 years of service to netball as a player, umpire and coach. What a CV.
Yeah.
Dot, congratulations to have the A-grade or the Open Division medal named in your honour. You must be absolutely stoked.
I probably was nearly overcome and so honoured. Really, they were my feelings. So it was sort of, oh wow, a real wow moment for me. And I'm when you've read all that out, I'm thinking back and what a joy. It's really been a joy for me, and this is another real joy. Wow, I'm just feeling so honoured and sort of lucky, really. So yeah.
I had on one of my questions was, what gives you the most joy over all that time, Dot? So you've been involved in netball in the Hampton League since its very first season, in all sorts of roles, as we know. So I've written down what gives you the most joy these days.
The development too, because I do remember when we used to go and we'd play and umpire and sell raffle tickets and all of that, and the development and the amount of people and the hard work that they've put in to make the netball really a very, very strong part of the Hampton Football Netball League. Because initially it was just some girlfriends and people around the town that were just playing, and to watch the development. I was fortunate enough also, Trish, to watch on Saturday and to see that game of netball against South and Kavoit, although Kavoit didn't play like we're used to seeing them. Oh wow, that level of netball, that gives me the great joy. And to watch those juniors, like, it's not that long ago that I've coached some of those juniors at under 13 and under 15, and there they are on the court, and they're stars. That gives me the greatest joy.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc, can I ask you, from when you first started, when netball first started in the Hampton League to now, is there much difference, or is there a lot of similarities in the way netball was played? I guess game styles and pace and athleticism and so forth. Is there much change or a lot of similarities?
Oh, there's a lot of change, a lot of similarities. When I first started, goalies were princesses. You couldn't touch them. Where now the game itself has evolved so much, and now goalies they're working very, very hard on extremely good defenders. A lot of jostle in that circle. Actually, like, if I'm truly honest, I think, and it's a joy to have won that final years ago, but cheapest, I think we might have been A2 then, to be honest. Like, they have just, the development and improvement, and to see players develop from our league, like Ellie O'Connor, you can't help but be excited to see that our juniors coming through with really good coaches in our areas, they're giving those players the chance to take that next step. And really, it's exciting.
I know, Dot, I'm hearing you talking about the coaches, and I know you've been instrumental in a lot of that, mentoring coaches, not just at North Warrnambool, but in other clubs. Dot's happy if people ring up to go and have a look at their juniors and help out with juniors, and being quite instrumental in the development of all those players right through. Well, I'm just thinking back. So this is, it's going to be a tricky one for you, Dot, I think, after 35 years, but what do you think is your proudest accomplishment in all that time? I asked the juniors this, it's a bit, and you've got a bit longer to think about it, but... to just the people I've met and to watch
Yeah, it's the people. It's every Saturday. It's going, enjoying. Yeah, my proudest accomplishment, I suppose, is just the people. The people are what I love most about the Hampton Netball.
Hey, Doc, can I ask you, obviously, you've coached for a long time and multiple premierships. Is there one or two players that you've just loved their journey and followed their journey from whether it's under 13s and then gone and played some really great senior netball? Is there one or two players that stand out for you over the years that you've been involved that have just really impressed with the way they've progressed from the younger years all the way up to the senior years?
Well, this will sound strange, but Tracy Baker. I played on Tracy. I think she was 17 and I might have been 32, perhaps 34. And to watch her development, that's all those players. I remember playing or watching Jackie Peak. I was going to say Jackie Bowman, and you watch their development. The Bat girls, of course, in that era, and the new ones. Oh, wow, to watch Annie Blackburn play on the weekend. Shades of her sister Laura, which I'm sure Trish heard me say a few times, her development. Molly McKinnon, you know, I was fortunate enough to coach Molly when she was a little girl, and there's so many of them. I'm not sure that I would choose a favourite, but cheapers to watch those juniors become part of the senior competition is fantastic.
No, Dot, it's a fantastic piece of recognition, and I'm glad that the Hampton League executive have finally discussed it and got something going, because I think, you know, we've spoken about, we recognise the footballers with the Maskell and the Luke Kelly medals, obviously after great contributors to the league, and I think it was very important that we did that for the netball. And again, you must be so excited to have the Open Division netball medal named in your honour.
Oh, yep, it's a wow. It's a wow moment, a real wow moment.
I don't know whether you've told your family or anything yet, Dot, but maybe you better ring them up if you haven't.
Now, come on, Trish, who do I tell everything? My daughters know.
Yeah, that's good.
My daughters.
Dot Jenkins, thanks for joining us tonight. Congratulations once again. Great story, and no doubt you'll be on Media Street for the next couple of days anyway.
Yeah, well, that'll be. I'm not good at media really, but that'll be okay.
Congratulations,
and
Dot.
thank you.
And
thank
well
you
deserved.
very much.
Oh, fantastic, Dot Jenkins. I'm so pleased that this has finally occurred. So Dot Jenkins will be the Dot Jenkins Medal for Open Best and Fairest, and Division 1 Netball Best and Fairest will go to Tracy Baker, the Tracy Baker Medal, which I'm going to talk about Tracy because her CV is impressive as well.
Absolutely,
so
yes.
448 Hampton League A-grade Open games, 392 with Camperdown and 56 with Cobden, from a career spanning from 1989 to 2021, so last year. She's won the A-grade Best and Fairest 2 years, a reserve Best and Fairest winner in 2007, 33 years of service as a player and coach. She is a 7-time, I think it is 7-time Camperdown A-grade Best and Fairest winner. She's coached A-grade, A-reserve, Division 1, 17 and under, 13 and under, and she's coached a premiership. She's a life member of Camperdown and as well as the Hampton Football Netball League. So Tracy Baker, congratulations as well.
Absolutely.
So deserving.
Yeah. We might get Tracy next week.
We might get Tracy next week. I know Camperdown are doing something special for her this week. I think it is to recognise her contribution games as well. I think it might be at their Thursday night dinner. So
good.
We'll try and get Tracy next week.
Because we were going to have the big 450 games last year, and then that got cut short. So then she retired. So
I wish she did play 2 more just to get the 450.
I bet she did too. But anyway, Tracy, once again, same thing. Very hard to split the two of them.
Yep.
You know, they've both done so much for the league and have been involved in the league for such a long period of time. So we're quite proud that those two people have been honoured in this way. And there's, over the next few years, we'll be honouring some more people. We just don't want to do a whole lot
Baby
at once.
steps.
Yeah, we don't want to do them all at once. It'll lose their power a little bit if you do the whole thing. But there's a lot of other people, and I was looking back through photos today, and I'm thinking, oh, crikey, some of those people keep popping up all the time. And in similar vein to, probably not as long as Dot and Tracy, but have given a lot back to the league.
Absolutely. No, fantastic. The
Deserve
Dot
to be
Jenkins
honoured.
medal and the Tracy Baker medal. It just has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it
Come
has. It's nice.
Maskell Medal
It's easier
Day.
than trying to say the open A-grade, open best and fairest, it's not as good.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So, no, congratulations to those two fantastic netball people. It's terrific. And it's great to be able to break the news and deliver the news tonight on the Hampton League Netball Online Show. Hey, we're going to look at this weekend's round of matches and looking forward to it. So a bit of a different weekend this weekend because we've got Super Saturday for one game and we've got Anzac Day as well and 3-day games on Saturday. So the first game we'll look at, it is our Hampton League Live match of the day between Warrnambool and the North Warrnambool Eagles. Who are you fancying in this one?
Look, I'm going to go with North Warrnambool Eagles. Look, they really haven't hit their straps. A draw with Koroit the week before and a very tightly contested. Dot was alluding to that a little bit in her, how things have changed in the goal ring, that, it's very contested goal ring these days. But, Amy Wormwood is always the danger, and the main danger for anyone playing against Warrnambool, and her and Jordan Murphy have a good tussle every time. So will be interesting to see. I'll stick with North, but, it'll be a closey.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Koroit take on Terang Mortlake at Victoria Park, and I'm liking the look of Terang Mortlake. Some new blood, they've got some experience back in there, some good juniors, a really nice mix. Sharon Kennard be happy with the first few rounds.
Yeah, I was talking to her on Friday actually, and she's pretty stoked to be honest. And they're coming together really nicely. So, and gaining confidence each week. So. Yeah, that's going to be a really top game. And I think Koroit will be looking to bounce back for sure. As we said, we don't keep Nell under 20 for too many games. So I know she'll be ready to fire back. So I will pick Koroit just because I think, they're due.
Should be a terrific game.
Yep.
Port Fairy take on South Warrnambool at the Gardens Oval. You'd imagine for a young Port Fairy side that we're going to see some improvement throughout the course of the year. And some of these young players, Elliot, Allen, these sort of players, they're going to get better as the year gets on as well with those more games, but you think it's going to be a pretty tough task against the all-conquering Roosters. Yeah, well, the Roosters look pretty formidable at the moment, and one of the things we were talking about was their skill level. That's really shining out. They're a very skillful team, so you have to be skillful to defeat them, and I think Port Fairy, as you say, certainly are a developing team. Maddie Green is another youngster coming through there, right through their mid-court, but I think South will be too strong for them. Super Saturday game, Camperdown taking on Cobden, some arch rivals there, and I guess, Camperdown have lost a bit of experience. They're a youngish sort of side, but under Leah Sinnott, I think, they're very well looked after coach-wise, and I think they'll show some good signs this year. Yeah, for sure, and I think it will be a rebuilding year for them. They've got a lot of their more experienced players aren't playing this year, and they're relying on their juniors, and they've always had good juniors, but, juniors take a little while to develop usually, and so they're coming up against Cobden, who will be really keen to win. Yep, they'll be tough. Yeah, they'll be tough to beat. And then on Monday, we've got our Anzac Day clash between the Hamilton Kangaroos and Portland. I love this date. It's always a great fixture. No matter what the positions are on the ladder, football or netball, it's always a great contest. Portland have shown some good signs early. Hamilton, they'll certainly want to be, getting the win as well, being on their home deck. I think they were a lot better last week, Hamilton. I think, that's going to take a while for them to gel. They've got some new players in there. Got some quite a few new players in there as well. I think I might pop up and have a look at this, just to have because I don't know a lot about either team, so I think I need to go up and have a look so I can actually talk about it and make some sense of it. But I'm going to go for Hamilton. I think, I think they will have enough skill and height. I think that they'll be tall again. Yeah, so a great round 3 coming up in the Hampton Football Netball League, that is for sure. Now, we mustn't forget Miss Kit, Jodie Lay and the team, fantastic sponsors of the Hampton Football Netball League, sponsoring the MVP once again. But also, too, they're doing our weekly awards. So for our game of the round, we're going to choose our best player, and they'll get a Miss Kit voucher. And this week goes to South Warrnambool defender Carly Watson. Sensational last week, so Carly will get a Miss Kit voucher your way, and no doubt you'll be able to use all the great services that Jodie and the team have at Miss Kit in Koroit Street and Warrnambool. Absolutely. I'll drop in myself for the races, Hilly. That's right, it's coming up very soon. Also too, Trish, we've got so many great sponsors, all of our majors in the Hampton Football Netball League, so Power Core, McDonald's, Sun Gold Milk, as well as Lindock Living, 4 great major sponsors. Terrific to have them on board once again. We want to shout out to the Frolic Bar. The netball umpires have got the Frolic symbols and logos on their shirts, so thanks to the Frolic Bar. Also, too, QX3, Dean Herford in the team. Southwest TAFE have jumped on board in 2022 as well. Chittix Pies, the official pie of the Hampton Football Netball League. Always nice to have a Chittix pie at the footy on a weekend, whether you're watching the football or netball. And we've got lots of other sponsors that will give shout-outs throughout the course of the year as well. But a big thank you to all those sponsors jumping on board for season 2022.
Yep, and we're starting to plan and organise for the Association Champs, Hilly. So got our coaches in place.
So we unveil those in the coming weeks?
I'll wait till next week. I've
Yep.
just still got to contact one more to let that person know for sure. I'm not going to do it tonight, but I probably could, but I won't.
Yep.
I'll wait till next week, and there'll be some training dates coming, trying out for that.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Hampton always strong in those association championships. Trish, looking forward to a big round of netball coming up in the Hampton Football Netball League this weekend, round number 3. And once again, if you haven't caught the news, the Open Division and Division 1 Netball Best and Fairest Awards are going to be named after 2 great netball people in 2022. The Open Division Netball Award will be known as the Dot Jenkins Medal, and the Division 1 Netball Best and Fairest Award will be now known as the Tracy Baker Medal. So congratulations to Dot and Tracy, 2 great netball stalwarts, and great recognition of them. So make sure you congratulate those 2 fantastic netball ladies if you see them over the coming days or on the weekend at the football and netball. Until then, we'll see you next Wednesday night on the Hampton League Netball Show.